Me. Okay, here we go. Let me just check the audio levels here.
Okay, Thorax.
Okay, good. Welcome again. It is another week and another time for editing. Between last time and this time, I found out that I had forgotten to put a phase transition right here at the beginning, so Thorax just popped up, so I just added him. Okay, so let's get back to it.
So, after getting his pink heart of courage with his friends, the next time we see him is Triple Threat. I believe in that episode my estimated Spike's role in MLP to be a friendship ambassador.
It's gonna be a single one, so let me go over here.
So, after getting his pink heart of courage with his friends, the next time we see him...
That one.
The next time we see him is Triple Threat. I believe in that episode my estimated Spike's role in MLP. I believe in that episode my estimated Spike's role in MLP to be a friendship ambassador for the changing and dragon cultures. To be a friendship ambassador for the changing and dragon cultures. But what made this episode stand out?
Hello, third person.
Stand out is the scene with Thorax and Ember as they talk about their struggles as the newfound leaders of their races. But what made this episode stand out is the scene with Thorax and Ember as they talk about their struggles as the newfound leaders of their races.
We get to see him in the Season 8 opening together, so bonus, I guess? But another thing I want to point out is that this is the only time we see Thorax actually transform since he got his new form. Okay, that one. I'd forgotten what line came after that. We get to see him in the Season 8 opening together, so bonus, I guess? We get to... Oh gosh darn it, I flipped them. Oops. Just because of the layering, I forgot. There we go. We get to see him in the Season 8 opening together, so bonus, I guess? We get to see him in the Season 8 opening together, so bonus, I guess? But another thing I want to point out... is that this is the only time we see Thorax actually transform since he got his new form. Before his transformation... That doesn't really work there. Let me try this one instead. But another thing I want to point out is that this is the only time we see Thorax actually transform since he got his new form. Thorax actually okay, so the actually is right there. Actually transformed since he got his new form. Before his transformation, he would use it constantly. Is this out of... Put that over there for right now. Let's try that now. His new form. Before his transformation, he would use it constantly. Is this out of defiance against the former queen? Or maybe something having to do with his own confidence? It's honestly hard to tell. Or it could even be a combination of both. It's honestly hard to tell, or it could... Could even be a combination of both. It's honestly hard to tell, or it could even be a combination of both. He does tell our new other favorite character, Rosepaal, to stay in her own form. I'm gonna duplicate this so I can have more room to work with. Of both. He does tell our new other favorite character, Rosepaal, to stay in her own form, so maybe he's pushing that ideal for all changelings? I haven't used this one yet. I'm surprised. He does tell our new other favorite character, Rosepaal, to stay in her own form, so maybe he's pushing that ideal for all changelings?
You know what? I think that...
So maybe he's pushing that ideal for all changelings?
You know what? I think that may be true.
How long is this one?
What? I think that may be true. Anyway, Thoris' chat with Ember shows how he's getting used to his new role as a changeling leader.
Yeah, that's gonna be a long one, so... Where'd that thing compose go? It was here a moment ago. There it is.
You know what? I think that may be true. Anyway, You know what? I think that may be true. Anyway, Thoros' chat with Ember shows how he's getting used to his new role as a changeling leader, with Ember being the new Dragon Lord. Thoros shows his fears of some changelings may rebel against him. Dragon Lord. Thoros shows his fears of some changelings may rebel against him, might be going back to their old ways, and he feels he might be pushed aside just like how Fluttershy felt to putting your hoof down. Going back to their old ways, and he feels he might be pushed aside just like how Fluttershy felt to putting your hoof down. But thanks to Ember, he is learning to be more assertive, like she does when he teaches her to bring kindness to her fellow dragons in return. Like she does when he teaches her to bring kindness to her fellow dragons in return. This brings a good...
I see 5 people in the stream. No one's chatting though.
This brings a good foreshadow to the episode to change her changeling, where he meets his brother Pharynx, and we see how the change gets in return. This brings a good foreshadow to the episode to change her changeling, where he meets his brother Pharynx, and we see how the
Go back to this one since I used that one a moment ago. I try not to use poses that are exactly the same back to back. Like, I had used that one before. I could have used it again here, but I don't do that, just so that we have a little bit more variance.
Where he meets his brother Pharynx, and we see how the changelings develop their culture from arts and crafts to theatre and the self-help focus group.
You know, Rosie, that's a shortcut there. I gotta extend that a bit. I had a little extra time on that because that was like really short of a cut. Oh, what you working on?
And the self-help focus group.
You know, Rosie, I should give me enough time there if I transition it. Use this one here, transition in, and transition in on this one. Okay. You know, Rosie, Where'd that one go? Oh, there it is. I think you and the feelings form changeling would get along. She reminds me of you a bit. She reminds me of you a bit. She reminds me of you a bit. Open others' feelings in as friendly a way as possible. Open others' feelings in as friendly a way as possible.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Thanks.
Ear down first would go better. What's an apple leak? I'm not familiar with the term.
Oh, really? Thanks so much. Oh, really? Thanks so much. I'm actually giving out good advice to others. Oh, really? Thanks so much. I'm actually giving out good advice to others. Maybe I could do one for the rift.
Give it a shot some. I mean, it's French. I think it's inevitable I'm going to pronounce it wrong.
Oh, really? Thanks.
Open others' feelings in as friendly a way as possible. So it's Epic Gesundheit.
Oh, really? Thanks so much. I'm actually giving out good advice to others. Maybe I could do one for the rift. maybe I could do one for the rift.
Eh, give it a shot sometime. I'd like to see the result. I'd like to see the result. As for... Alright, now for another transition one. Is there like a theme you're doing for this one or something? As for Pharynx, there's kind of a mixed opinion on him. As for Pharynx, there's kind of... As for Pharynx, there's kind of a mixed opinion on him. Some people thought he should... Some people thought he should have remained unturned, but some like his updated design. Oh, interesting. I've never heard of it before. Is that like something that happens midwinter, or like is this a New Year celebration or something? You know, on him. Some people thought he should have remained unturned, but... Some people thought he should have remained unturned, but some like his updated design. There was snow here, but it's gone now. Some like his updated design. Personally, but some like his updated design. Personally, I think it gives a good message. Personally, I think it gives a good message. That peace without defense is peace without safety. Peace without defense is peace without safety. By embracing the more Yeah. I was wondering if it was like similar to the Mummers Parade, which is on January 2nd here in Philly. By embracing the more combative elements of without safety. By embracing the more combative elements of the old changelings, they can secure themselves. Changelings, they can secure themselves so that they can live the way they wish.
Yeah, I thought Pharynx was a bit of a jerk at first. But when I saw the flashback of how he stood up for Thoros to... their fellow changelings, that made me change my mind. And I can agree with the fact that although the culture is developed from how...
I really need to extend this way longer, because it takes... Oh, I'll just duplicate it. They can live the way they wish.
Yeah, I thought Pharynx was a bit of a jerk at first, but when I saw the flashback of how he stood up for Thoros to their fellow changelings, that made me change my mind. And I can agree with the fact that although the culture is developed from how it used to be... they can learn how to defend themselves too. They may see Thorax at the School of Friendship... with the cutest changeling ever. Oh, Celis, from the scenes... cutest changeling ever. Oh, Celis. From the scenes we've seen them together... although he is the leader, he acts like a big brother figure to her. Which I think is adorable, and inspires her to join the school to make her fellow changelings proud.
That brings... another shortcut there. That brings up a question. Oof.
figure to her, which I think is adorable, and inspires her to join the school to make her fellow changelings proud.
That brings up a question, though. How do changeling families work now? We know that Pharynx and Thorax are brothers because they were in the same clutch of eggs. But we know Ocellus isn't related to them because in the new Heartswarming episode, we see her with adult and toddler changelings in a smaller family unit. Also, who's laying the eggs? Let's see. I think I've got a good chunk here that I can work on now. I'll leave that section for the next. So, has anyone seen the finale of Hellsing Ultimate Abridged?
So, after getting his pink heart...
Christine, I did say yes, I have heard of the Alamo. And I don't mean the Draft House. But I was wondering if it was similar to the Mummers Parade on January 1st, January 2nd in Philly. As for Hellsing Ultimate Abridged, they wrapped it up with a tight, needy... Bleh. Boy, I cannot talk today. God damn it. Tidy, neat little bow. Because that is a masterpiece in parody dubbing. Without a doubt. Well, I knew there wasn't a correlation, I just meant, is it somewhat like it, like in performance? Because the Mummers Parade usually tends to be extremely flashy, and has a lot of elements of it, like the floats actually will transform, and the people in the parade will actually act out scenes. And there's a lot, and I mean a lot, of confetti. Oh, geez, 10 days? Yeah, Mars Parade is only one. That's pretty impressive that they would actually cancel school for a parade. Though I hear that a bunch of schools got canceled because of Smash Brothers. What I really especially liked about the end of Hellsing Ultimate Abridged is because it acknowledged both anime series of Hellsing and Hellsing Ultimate, because it was because they took clips from both shows, and in the end, at the very end during the credits, they did a cover of Shine, which is one of my favorite anime ending songs of all time. Not just because it was done in English, but because it is just so well produced and performed, and they killed it on the cover. It was one of. I can't wait until they actually release the cover on its own, because I will be playing that shit on loop. And Shine was from the ending of the original Hellsing. Back when I was first getting back into anime, when I was like 16. Also, now that I think about it, this is the season of Arnott. Curtis Arnott, the voice of Alucard, also the voice of Cell, also the voice of Darts in Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Because he was the bad guy, well, bad guy, and Alucard, I suppose, is the anti-hero, of 3 different series, of which had major milestones this month and last month. Last month it was the end of season 2 of Dragon Ball Z Abridged. The Cell Saga ended, and that was an amazing performance. Then came out the most recent Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, which ended the whole season 4 Darts saga, and he killed on that one because of his outlandish performance on that. And then this one wrapped up. And so, plus he's also been doing the voice of Deadpool for Screw Attack and all sorts of other things. So he has been killing it for the past few months.
Dulcet.
Hey, Rosie. How's it going?
Very fine, thanks.
Just working on another section.
Nice.
Christine is in the chat.
Hi, Christine. Oh, we're working on the PK. That sounds cool.
How much do they raise every year, Christine? On average. Hello, Emily.
Hey, Emily. Welcome to the stream.
I mean, can you ballpark it for me? Like, are we talking tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands? I mean, it's a 10-day event. I would think that they have a lot.
Oh, we're doing great, thanks, Emily.
Mm-hmm.
How have you been doing?
That's pretty impressive. How many courts are there? Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Hey, Rosie, have you heard about the new shorts?
Oh, the ones that were originally released in yeah, I saw the first article on Equestria Daily about them.
Yeah, I haven't gotten the chance to take a look at them yet because I'm not a fan of the Chinese dubbing.
Ah.
But I'm wondering how they're going to deliver that in the U.S. because these are mini shorts, kind of like how the Equestria Girl shorts are.
And there's been a post on Equestria Daily not a while ago that they've been released on the Discovery Family app.
On the app? Okay, well, I don't have that.
But hopefully someone's going to like find a way to encode them and will be uploaded somehow.
Well, I'm sure there will be because there are plenty of reactors who pulled together the ones on the app, even the choose your own adventure ones. So that first one is really interesting because they revisit the whole escape room thing.
Oh yeah, that sounds cool.
Welcome back, Clara.
Hey, Clara Moonwolf. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 courts.
And would you say that the amount that you guys raised is in the middle of the road, high range, low range? Rosie, do you watch abridged series?
Not as such.
Hmm.
Why?
I'm only asking because Hellsing Ultimate Abridged wrapped up this week. Like, they released their final episode.
Ah, okay.
We was talking with the chat about it a little while ago.
Ah, right. Okay.
Okay. So I guess that that sounds more like maybe raise 250,000. I want to say. Sounds like a conservative estimate.
It's like Emily's posted us a question, and she asks, "What are your favorite Disney movies?" Oh, for me, that's kind of a hard question because there are loads of Disney movies that if I had to pick a top 5 for Disney movies, I would say Moana, Beauty and the Beast, Zootopia, Tangled, and Aladdin.
Mm.
And The Green Master Detective is my honorable mention.
Unfortunately, I have not been able to keep up with a bunch of the more modern movies. Like, I have not watched Tangled. I have not watched Frozen or Coco. But I think out of all of them so far, the one that I really go to that I willingly watched over again was Wreck-It Ralph. First one.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Mainly because, well, I mean, there was a ton of Easter eggs, and you had to go back and look at those because even the graffiti on the walls told you a bunch. But that was the only one that I actually rented on demand and then watched it multiple times in the same sitting. That should actually say something because I don't do that. I usually just watch it once and then move on. And I think before my renting ran out, I watched it maybe 3 times, maybe 4.
Yeah. No, I think I might do like sort of a proper favorite Disney movie list for my second channel sometime in the future. So when I get to scripting that, it's gonna be so hard.
I bet. I mean, if that's hard, imagine what would happen if someone asked you to pick your favorite Disney songs.
Oh yeah. That would be like another hard task to go through.
Yeah, that would be painful.
Yeah, I mean, there's like so many classics out there, from both from the classics and the recent movies. So it's gonna be it's gonna be a hard decision. Like, I think my list will how well and how well the music is in terms of the musicals, and also with its relatability as well, because like some of the songs I have actually listened to, I can actually relate to the character through those. So I'm gonna be based on those choices.
Christy, I can actually agree with you on that one. The short hair scene for me, like, that is one epic score.
I can agree on that. That's definitely a very good area. The thing is, when it comes to suspense or major changes, they always manage to make really good scores. Oh, but I just realized something. Remember, Disney owns other properties now.
Yeah.
So
Marvel,
technically, you could add a Star Wars movie or its score into that.
Yeah.
You could use John Williams' scores to stack the deck.
Yeah.
I gotta find the specific pose for that one. Did I accidentally put that in? No, I did not. Okay, moving on. Favorite Disney song for me? I mean, you know, actual musically. Never Had a Friend Like Me.
I second that.
Aladdin may not be my favorite movie, but that was one of the best performances, I think.
Yeah, so because of Robin Williams. Great actor, great man. And, like, I liked how, because I had some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, that all of his lines as the genie were ad-libbed.
Yep.
And that's what was so unique about his...
Interestingly enough, a lot of other artists do that same thing with the ad-libbing now. Even in live-action stuff, I hear a bunch of Iron Man 2 was ad-libbed.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Robin Williams, the pioneer, great guy, loved anime. May he rest in peace.
Yep. May he rest in peace.
And in irony, Robin Williams actually had a lot of dark anime as his favorites. Like, apparently he had a signed copy of Paranoia Agent.
Whoa.
That's extremely rare. Ah, crap, I got the dimensions wrong for that. Oh well. I'll fix those.
Never heard of that before.
Yeah, Paranoia Agent is one of those rare cult classic types. Very stylized. And and it's kind of like this thriller mystery type of thing. But apparently he had a signed copy of it, and that's extremely rare because the guy who created it did not give out autographs. In fact, he didn't even really ever appear anywhere. He was like one of those people who does not like to appear, and if he appears in anything, he's in costume, so no one knows what he looks like. But he also liked Evangelion.
Yeah.
Which is making a resurgence now that Netflix has gotten the streaming rights. The only problem is they did not get the streaming rights to the original dub. So the ADV dub is no longer in circulation, and they are actually getting Funimation to redub it. Not sure how I feel about that. Hopefully a bunch of those actors are still working over there, but to reprise their roles, but there's going to be a lot of people who they're going to lose out on, and that's a shame, because the original dub was as iconic as the show itself.
Oh yeah, Pristine. I think I saw the countdown from Anime America a while ago, and I think Robin Williams was the number one choice in that list.
Was also on Watch Mojo too, which I think kind of hawked her list.
Yeah, Pristine, I definitely recommend Anime America to you because she does like lots of really cool countdowns in terms of anime. Um, and with another reviewer called Phantom Strider, and he did like a few collaborations for top 10 videos.
I like
And
Glass Reflection.
yeah.
He's a cool guy, plus he likes Gundam. So, A-okay in my book.
Oh, Clara, the Once Upon a December, it was from Anastasia, and I think that was one of the non-Disney movies.
Yeah, Anastasia was not a part of Disney. I think that's a part of DreamWorks.
Actually, it was 20th Century Fox.
Oh, was it?
Anastasia. Yeah.
Huh. What happened to them? Because that was a good movie.
Yeah, I think I've only seen it like a couple of times, and it was like a pretty good movie because it had Christopher Lloyd as Rasputin and other A-listers in that film.
Mm-hmm. Did you watch the Game Awards, Rosie?
Not really, no.
No. I'm gonna be honest. It wasn't really that thrilling of a day. They usually announce new games and things there, but really it was not exactly very impressive this year. I mean, there was only the one bombshell for Super Smash Brothers, and that was it. I think the biggest moment for me was Christopher Judge's outfit.
Oh.
Looking like a... I don't know how to describe this other than a black Andy Warhol samurai. I don't know how else to explain what he was wearing, because that was wacky.
Oh my god.
Really? It was the same? If it was the same, then what were these? I guess I've been using that the whole time. Oh well. Yeah, there they are. These are the ones I was hoping to find. Yeah, so I have to resize all of these again. Oops. Eh. I have no interest in getting political on stream, so I'm gonna move on from that topic. I think that one's yours. I think that question goes to you, Rosie.
Oh, right. I haven't seen Spirit Standing on the Cimarron. Because like from what I've seen in other videos, it's also a pretty good film. But at the same time, it's like not exactly my forte, if you know what I mean.
I mean, if we're going to talk soundtracks of all time, throwing out everything, like no holds barred, best soundtrack in the history of soundtracks would be the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack.
Ooh, nice.
With Wolf's Rain being second.
Ooh, interesting. Kind of hard for me to say at the moment of what my favorite anime soundtracks. I guess that's to like say that for another potential future video. But I definitely like all the music in Sailor Moon, both in the original anime and Crystal.
The one in the original anime has gone a little bit dated at this point. But I'm not, but that's not so much of a complaint as just that it's vintage. I'm sorry, Pristine.
Aww, he gives you a hug, Christine. He gives you a hug. Oh, and Studio Ghibli soundtracks. They're really good as well.
Oh, which one?
The Studio Ghibli films. You know, like Spirited Away,
yes.
Howl's Moving Castle. Speaking of anime, I put my questions forward for editor's upcoming Q&A video, and two of them are anime related this time. And for the first question, I have asked him, what is it that he likes about the anime Hellsing? Because he's a huge Hellsing fan. Because because I know that when he went to BronyCon in 2017.
Oh, I remember.
He actually played as Alucard.
I was there. I remember. and Crimson was Police Girl, Sarah's Victoria. Well, no, she was actually Raven at one point.
Yeah, Raven in Teen Titans.
But yeah, I've already made a massive joke about that would be inappropriate for stream. So, so yeah, not going there now. because I think one of the reasons that he's such a big fan of it is because of the abridged series.
Yeah, Hellsing Ultimate.
Hellsing Ultimate abridged. I mean, I'll be honest. Crispin Freeman's performance of the original dub is amazing.
Heck yes.
But Curtis Arnott's sassy version is honestly, I feel, more unique, more genuine to the original portrayal of the manga. Because he was more of a snark in the manga. And the abridged dub is one hella snark. What was I gonna say? Gosh darn it. As I said to stream earlier when you weren't here, the ending to Hellsing Ultimate Abridged is what I feel might be a masterpiece in dubbing history. I mean, this thing has been around for nearly 10 years. 9 years.
Yeah.
And they only released one piece a year, and the thing is, they always kept it modern, adding more stuff that applied to that year. I mean, let's be honest, back when they first did it, Twitter didn't exist. And then, after a while, it said, hold on a minute, I need to tweet about this. And, but the thing that, I mean, nailed it for me at the end is they did a cover of Shine for the credits.
Whoa.
Shine was back from the original Hellsing, not from the not from Hellsing Ultimate, but the original. And
wow.
And the cover that they did was absolutely spot on, and I cannot wait for it to be released. Because I will be playing that shit on loop.
I think I'm going to get round to watching both series of Hellsing. Because there is nothing awesome without the man in red.
But what is a man? Sorry, had to go. Had to go a little bit of. What's it called? Gosh darn it, I forget. Never mind. Castlevania. Had to go a little Castlevania on that. What is a man?
Yeah, the two people, Robin and I think it was Megan, who did a collab on the top sin anime to watch on Halloween. And when you feel that Hellsing was #1, Robin said, "You can never forget the man." Megan goes, "Santa Claus," and then there's this look on Robin's face. And if I was reacting, I would say, not that guy. I'll tell you about Alucard.
Well, Alucard is quite the card. Yes, I made that joke, and I am not sorry.
Oh, let me ask another question. What's your favorite song in any movie?
I don't have an answer to that. The thing is, I'm not very current with a lot of movies. I'm not. I've never been a movie buff. Never will be. Plus, it doesn't help that I don't have a movie theater with near me that isn't curated by really stuck-up, snub-nosed people. So, yeah.
For me, if I had a favorite song from any movie, I would have to say The Greatest Show from The Greatest Showman. That is a really, really fantastic song to listen to over and over again.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I mean, I hear it's a great movie. It's just I've never had the opportunity to see it. I don't have Netflix. I don't watch cable. I haven't turned my TV on in like 4 years.
Ah.
I don't even know if it works anymore. And it's stuck in my head. Shine is still stuck in my head right now. It's so iconic. I love it. I can't get enough of that song. Where did I put it? There we go. Yeah, it is literally impossible to actually watch every video on YouTube. Physically impossible, even if you had like 14 screens running all at once. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I have a PS3, but that's all. I don't even know if it turns on anymore. Which is a shame because I still have a I still have the collector's edition of Tales of Symphonia, the PS3 re-release that I never got finished playing, or the sequel, Dawn of the Shit Dubs. Am I still connected?
Yeah, you're still connected.
Okay, yeah. You weren't saying anything, and I was looking at the wrong Discord chat that had its own streaming voice thing.
Yeah, I was just looking at the stream chat.
Mm-hmm.
To answer your question, Emily, it's a toss between The Greatest Show and from the Great.
That cut out, Rosie. I don't think they heard you with that one.
Dang it. Yes, it's also between The Great and this is me from The Greatest Showman, because well, The Greatest Show is like it's sort of like an overall theme of what the film is all about. This is me is definitely relatable because, well, it's because of like, yeah, I can't get my words out. It's all about like showing about who you really are in terms of accepting of who you are, like whether you're whether you have Asperger's like me, or because of like of your race, your disabilities and whatnot. Um, there was a really powerful message around. So that's another favorite of mine.
Pristine, you might want to check your GameCube and its power supply, because my GameCube, I had the original Tales of Symphonia, but my GameCube's power supply died, so that when I booted it back up again after about a year or so, it just completely it flashed and then died. So I would double check to make sure that thing's running. Okay, I'm gonna test this thing to see how it flows. Probably have to add some transitions.
Okay.
So, after getting his pink heart of courage with his friends, the next time we see him is Triple Threat. I believe that episode might have cemented Spike's role in MLP to be a friendship ambassador for the changing and dragon cultures. But what made this episode stand out is the scene with Thorax and Ember as they talk about their struggles as the newfound leaders of their races.
We get to see him in this. Yep, that's definitely gonna need a transition.
Sonic, definitely Sonic.
I mean, the way Sonic games and that movie is coming out, is looking. I think I might have to side with Mario, at least until I see what their intro graphic for the movie is for that one.
Of the races.
We get to see him in the Season 8 opening together, so bonus, I guess? But another thing I want to point out is that this is the only time we see Thorax actually transform since he got his new form. Before his transformation, he would use it constantly. Is this out of defiance against the former queen? Or maybe something having to do with his own confidence? It's honestly hard to tell, or it could even be a combination of both. He does tell our new other favorite character, Ocellus, to stay in her own form, so maybe he's pushing that ideal for all changelings?
You know what? I think that may be true.
Let me just add fade in there. A little bit too long of a fade in. Let's try that. Magnet tool. Works when it works great when you want it to work, but it also works when you don't want it to work. He's pushing that ideal for all changelings?
You know what? I think that may be true. Anyway, Thoras' chat with Ember shows how he's getting used to his new role as a changeling leader, with Ember being the new Dragon Lord. Thoras shows his fears that some changelings may rebel against him, might be going back to their old ways, and he feels he might be pushed aside just like how Fluttershy felt to putting your hoof down. But thanks to Ember, he has learned
Emily, Shawshank Redemption. Hands down.
To be more assertive, like she does when he teaches her to bring kindness to her fellow dragons in return. This brings a good foreshadow to the episode to change a changeling, where we meet his brother Pharynx, and we see how the changelings develop their culture from arts and crafts to theatre and the self-help focus group.
You know, Rosie.
Okay, that's a hard question.
I forgot one. Forgot a set of poses here. Let me fix that. I personally think Shawshank Redemption is a masterpiece of film that got snubbed because it was up against Forrest Gump.
Oh.
Which was, again, another masterpiece of film.
I could definitely say one all-time favorite movies is Chitty Chitty Bang. I first watched it when I was and and I found those was one of those movies that I keep going back to over and over again because it really made me love into fantasy films and also music.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, really?
Yeah, with with Dick Van Dyke and also there was Robert Heltman, almost, and there was also Benny Hill.
Right, right. I know, but never expected that to be your choice. it's granted, it's a good movie, but it's so wacky.
Well, that's like one of the things I really like about it because like all the fancy aspects and also it's a musical and the humor and the wackiness is just so good.
I guess it takes all types because that one's definitely not on my list.
And it's one of the movies that I watched during my childhood and I still do now.
My folks have an interesting tradition for their holidays where they like every Thanksgiving they'll watch Serenity, and every Christmas they'll watch The Lord of the Rings.
Ah.
We're talking the full uncut version.
Ah.
the one that takes up what, 12 DVDs?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would not have the stamina to watch all of that in one sitting. I would be passed out on their couch. Especially after the meal that they provide, because they make some killer beef stew. Anything you're specifically hoping to get for Christmas this year?
Not sure. Every year it's like a surprise for me.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the way Christmas works.
Well, I know that some of the past few years, my sister and brother-in-law have given me some like MLP stuff because they know that I'm a brony, and last year they gave me they got me this edit with Chase the Dream on it, and then I have it out, and it's super cool. So hopefully it gets more MLP.
Yes, Pristine, I'm sure that one's top of her list. You see Pristine's comment there, Rosie?
Pristine, I first let you know that he and I are no longer. Yeah, because it's been over a few months now when like everybody I know knows about it, and I didn't want to announce it publicly because I was worried about how people were going to react. And let's just say that long distance relationships never work out.
I mean, Ed and Crimson would have something to say about that.
And also, like, and as I was also able to, is so to have a proper conversation, when we did calls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought this was the best time to let him go.
Well, I mean, it's no business of anyone's but your own, and I certainly don't think any less of either one of you. And I certainly hope no one else in the chat feels that way either, and I doubt they do. Okay?
Yeah.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. And yeah, I haven't actually spoken to him since it happened. So, but and I said to him that we can still be.
You know what they say, time heals all wounds, so I'm sure that'll... so whatever happens... You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Chris. And I give you a really big hug.
They wish.
Yeah, I thought Pharynx was a bit of a jerk at first.
That was not planned that time. Let me see here. Transition. No, I don't want to move the whole thing. Gosh darn it. Just the one piece. Thank you. Live the way they wish.
Yeah, I thought Pharynx was a bit of a jerk at first, but when I saw the flashback of how he stood up for Thoros to the fellow changelings, that made me change my mind. And I can agree with the fact that although the coach has developed from how he used to be, they can learn how to defend themselves too. Now I see Thorax at the School of Friendship with the cutest changeling ever, Celis. From the scenes we've seen him together, although he is the leader, he acts like a big brother figure to her, which I think is adorable, and inspires her to join the school to make her fellow changelings proud.
Okay, that section's taken care of.
Oh, thanks, Christine. I'm looking forward to see where you go.
Okay. So that's another 2-minute chunk taken care of. I think that is actually also a good time to end the stream for the day. Been around for an hour and a half. Time for some dinner.
Okay.
Yep. So, Rosie, thanks for joining me on stream again.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and might not be able to go on the next stream because I would be in Florida with my family and we'll be spending Christmas with them. But I'll be in the stream
Stream chat.
Yeah, stream chat. Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out for you and make sure to say as many hellos as possible. Okay, Rosie. Well, thank you, and everyone that's in the stream, thank you for stopping by. I'll see you guys again next week. I might do another gaming stream tonight. Not sure entirely, but it all depends on how things work out. So I'll keep an eye out for my my alerts. If you're not signed up for alerts, just hit the bell on that. All right, you got. I'll have a good night. Bye bye.
See you later, every pony.